Hey everybody, let's do a stance breakdown of the Taekwondo front stance. We're going to cover two versions today. One of them is the traditional front stance. The other one is, I like to call it a beginner front stance. It's meant for kids, and I'll explain why we teach both in a moment. So there's three beginner stances. We have front stance, that's meant for the power moving forward. Middle stance, in case I don't time move forward or back. And a back stance, so that if I have to move back, I'm moving back in the strongest stance I can. Those are the three beginner stances. So front stance is all about being able to drive that power forward. Front stance. So a traditional correct front stance goes like this. The feet are shoulder width apart. And then one foot goes 3 feet length forward. So 1, 2, 3. So this is a traditional correct front stance. Let me show you from the side. Feet are shoulder width apart. And this foot has to go straight forward, not angle off. It's got to go straight forward. 1, 2, 3. So that is my traditional front stance. Now, I'm going to show you the beginner version, and you're going to see this is the main one we teach in beginner classes. I'll explain why. Beginner version, we just tell students to step diagonal, bend their front knee, and then make sure both feet are pointing straight forward, like this, that they're not angled off. Bending the front knee is where the drive comes from. The back leg being, the back heel being pushed out and the back heel being straight is where front knee is where the drive comes from. This is what makes sure the bad guy can't push me back. This is that peg in that. Now, why am I talking about two different front stances? Like we said, the main purpose of the front stance is to drive power forward. So, I want them to step forward on it. However, I know from teaching kids that if I teach them to go forward like this, they're going to let that foot turn all the way here. So even though this is a correct traditional front stance, stuff goes wrong when we teach the kids. That's why we teach the beginner front stance, hips straight forward, feet straight forward. So traditionally, this is okay. It's a good front stance as long as those hips are still forward. But this is not okay. It's a wrong stance, and it's easy for kids to do when we try and teach it this way. So we start teaching it from railroad tracks, all toes forward, front knee bent, back leg straight, and back heel pushed out. That is a breakdown of the front stance. Go practice.